hi guys, it's Iverson again, and as you can see, we are here again at NetAcad, and in this, as you can see, we are here at chapter 4, network access, and what are we going to do is we are going to answer all the activities that are available here in this chapter. So let's proceed. So as you can see, it is the activity entitled Physical Layer Terminology at 4.1.3.5. Instructions, descriptions of the physical layer are provided in the table. Drag each physical layer term to its description. So it is the description. So here is the space where we're gonna drag the term. So let's try answering. Media that uses patterns of microwave to represent bits. So it is a very common network media. For example, it is our Wi-Fi connection where we are having an access to a network without any wire. So I think it is wireless. Capacity of a medium to carry data. So this is for example is I think if you have an internet in your house, this is the like the megabytes per second that the internet can only provide for you. So I think this is the bandwidth. Media that uses patterns of light to represent bit. So it is a very common right now. It is the I think it is the fastest connection for internet networks today. So it is the fiber optic cable. It uses glass to transport the bits or the network or information. A measure of transfer of bits across the media. So it is the throughput. And media that uses electrical pulses to represent bits. So it is a very easy question. So as you can see here, it says electrical pulse. So copper wire, for example. And so let's check. Oh, so it is all correct. So let's move on to another activity. So here is our new activity in chapter 4.2.1.1.7. It is entitled Copper Media Characteristics. So instructions, UTP, STP, and coaxial copper media characteristics are provided in the table. Click the appropriate field to match the characteristics to the media type. So as you can see, this is the characteristics, and this is where we going to check whether it is UTP, STP, or coaxial. So number 1, attaches antennas to wireless device. It can be bundled with fiber optic for two-way data transmission. So I think it is coaxial. Number 2, counters EMI and RFI by using shielding techniques and special connectors. So for my own understanding here, I think this one is the STP because of the shielded. Now, most common network media. So for my own understanding, the most common network media is the UTP, the unshielded. And lastly, terminates with BNC, N-type, and F-type connectors. So it is the coaxial. Let's check if we answered it all correctly. Yes, so let us now move on to our next activity. So here is the activity entitled T568A cable pinouts in chapter 4.2.2.6 cable pinouts. So the instructions: correctly align the wire collars to build a TIA or EIA 568A cable pinout. Drag each wire collar to its correct placement to the RJ45 image in the graphic. So it is the RJ45 connector. This is the color of the wires, and so we're gonna drag it here to the correct placement. So first we're gonna do is the I think the stripe green, and then the green one, and the stripe, what color is this? The orange, and the blue, am I right? Let's check. Oh, okay, blue, the stripe blue, and the orange, if I'm not mistaken. Then this one, what color is this? Dark. Let's just call this dark orange or brownish. So this is the last one. So let's check. Oh, it is all correct. So we will move on to not another activity. We still have figure 2 here, which is the another another illustration. So basically it has other it is not similar compared to the previous connector that we have answered. So let's answer. So first we have stripe orange, the orange one, the stripe green, the blue one, and the stripe blue, the plain green, the stripe dark, whatever color it is. I will just call this dark orange or brownish orange, and this plain color here. So let's check. So we have answered it all correctly, so no more other figures available here. So we're gonna move to another activity. So as you can see, we're at chapter 4.2.3.7, activity entitled fiber optics terminology. So the instruction is: the descriptions of fiber optic media are provided in the table. Click the appropriate field to match the description to fiber optic cable type. So here is the description given here, and we are going to check whether it is multi-mode or single mode. So let's start. Number 1, can help data travel approximately 1.24 miles or 2 kilometer per 2,000 meter. So it is multi-mode. So it uses light emitting diodes or LED as data light source transmitter, it is multi-mode. So uses lasers in a single stream as a data light source transmitter. It is a single. So as you can see, we have the word single here. So it is single. Then used to connect long distance telephonic cable application. I think it is for single mode. Can travel approximately 62.5 miles or 100 km per 100,000 meter. So it is single mode used within a campus network. It is so very somehow I can say it is a wide connection. So I think it is the multi-mode. So let's check. So we have answered it all correctly. So we're gonna move on to another activity. Oh, I think it's the last one here because I already searched all the activities in this chapter and it is all I've got. So let's finish. So we are here at chapter 4.4.4.3, activity entitled generic frame fields. So instructions: drag the generic frame fields to its correct location on the diagram. So I think it is somehow connected to encapsulation. So we have the frame here. So first we have here is the header here. So and then the packet data, the trailer. So basically this is the frame, the start of the frame, and then the addressing, and then the control type, and followed by the control and the data. Oh, this emphasized. Then the error detection, and lastly, like this when the frame stop. So let's check. So as you can see, we have answered it all correct. So this is all for today's video in chapter 4, network access. This is Iverson Malabanan, and thank you for watching the video.